Thank you for watching the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the Boston Celtics and the Cleveland Cavaliers and why Boston was able to win this game outright, okay? Or at least cover the game for the Las Vegas casinos. And the reason why I don't think each and every game is rigged, that's why I don't make videos on every single game being rigged. Okay, I like to talk about other things as well, breaking down these matchups because of the fact that I don't believe every single game is structured and rigged in that fashion. Okay, uh, the reason for that is I do believe that Vegas does take losses at points during the season, during the year. Okay, but that just builds up for another game that they're going to bring back all that money, okay? And I think this was the game for that. They've been losing. The casinos have been losing. And I'm going to show you this article that came out before this Boston game was played. Okay, they've lost the last 2 days. The casinos have. And the Spurs, when the Spurs got blown out, and then when Boston got blown out the previous 2 days, okay? So that's a lot of build up there. And this is a perfect situation where a game would be considered controlled or rigged, okay, to bring back all that money that they've lost. All right. So as you see here, there were 18-point favorites. Nobody thought Boston could win. Okay. They looked defeated going into the game. They looked like they didn't care. If you watch the pregame, they were just walking around, didn't look like they were in tune to the game, okay? So that's very deceiving and to the public's eyes, okay? So at halftime, they were down 16 points, okay? Yeah, 16 points. And the second half line came out, so it looked like it was over, right? So the second line comes out, and they make Cleveland a 4.5-point favorite, I believe, or 4-point favorite. So the people that had Cleveland on the spread, they ended up doubling up on Cleveland at 4.5. Which, if you're a sports bettor and you've been doing this for a long time, you would know that that's a terrible bet, anyways. To take Cleveland at 4.5, giving up 4 points more than what the game line was, that's a terrible bet. Just without even knowing if they're gonna, control the game or not. That's bad. That's a bad bet to begin with. So, giving people that didn't know that though would be taking Cleveland since they think it's going to be, a 30-point blowout. Boston already got lost by 40 some points by Cleveland, and now they're playing at home. So you would expect the same result. So people ended up taking Cleveland again at 4.5 and doubling up, and they ended up losing there. Not only did they lose there, they lost on the third quarter, the fourth quarter, and they lost the second half. So Vegas and the casinos brought back all that money that they have lost the past 2 days, okay? It was a perfect setup here. They brought back all that money, and not to mention Boston ended up winning the game. So the people that bet on Boston or on Cleveland on the money line, it was 3,300. Okay, so you would have to put up 300 to win. You would have to put up $330 to win $10. Okay, so you could just imagine the people that were betting on this Cleveland line to win just $100. Okay, $10. If you would have bet $10 on Boston, that would have brought you back $180. If you would have bet $100 on Boston, that would have brought you back $1,800. Okay, so that's how it works. So I could see the public bettors, the people that aren't betting a lot of money, they're not going to mess with this line at 3,300. But you could just imagine big bettors that are putting thousands of dollars on these games, betting this line 3,300 on Cleveland on the money line. You could see how Vegas never comes out, down in the end, okay? Eventually, they're going to get their money back. You just have to know how these games are structured. And that just comes by reading, okay? If you read a lot, if you go on sports forums and read and try to understand how Vegas is doing at that certain time during the year, that is when you can start to profit off of what they're trying to do and control these games, okay? And I do believe these games are controlled to a certain point when Vegas is losing money, okay? They will start to influence the game dramatically when this happens, okay? That is why I don't like to make sports videos on every single game being rigged, because I don't believe every single game is rigged. There are certain times when that is magnified by the money, okay, and how they're losing. Okay, so we know Boston ended up winning, and that is the reason. Now I'm going to show you this article that just came out the day right before the game started. It came out the day before, I believe. So if you look at this article here, sports books will get teeth kicked in if Cavaliers win big in Game 3, okay? So this is a message to you. If you understand how to read these articles, they're basically giving you like a tip here, okay? And I have cashed in a lot of winning bets by just using these subliminal articles as a way to, beat the casinos and, just use money management and win some of these wagers, okay? Because this title, all you have to do is read the title here, and you'll know. You don't even have to read the rest of the article, and you'll know that Vegas has been doing very bad, okay? So sportsbooks will get teeth kicked in if Cavaliers win big in Game 3, okay? So that tells you all you need to know. The casinos have been losing the last 2 days. They lost on. We already know that if you go back to the Spurs game on the 20th, okay? The 20th, they lost. The casinos lost because Golden State covered as a 9-point favorite, okay? And then if you go back to the 19th, they lost as well, 130 to 86 here. Cleveland ended up covering. And then if you go to, we already know the public was going with Cleveland. We know they were going with Golden State, so I don't need to show you the percentages on those two games. Overly matched teams. So we already know where the public was going, okay? So that is why Boston was able to win this game, okay? And even if Boston would have lost this game, I still think the casinos would have been okay. By having Boston win this game, who knows if they controlled that as well. By having them win, it was just it was like icing on the cake for them, collecting all that juice on whoever was silly to bet on Boston on the money line, or Cleveland on the money line last night. And so that was just like icing on the cake for them, okay? So I'm sure they got all their money back from the previous 2 days that they took it really bad and where the public was winning. And that's just how Vegas works. That's how they control these games. They get people excited that they're starting to win, and then before you know it, they take it all back on one game where nobody expects that to happen, okay? So that's why you have to structure your betting according to how Vegas is doing and things like that, because in this day and age, with so much technology and things, there is no way to handicap a game consistently day to day without knowing this type of knowledge and without having this in your mind going in. So I hope that helped you with this game, and that is the reason why Boston was able to prevail last night. So we're going to see what happens on this game tonight. Vegas got all their money back, so don't be surprised if Golden State wins tonight. Who knows? They're probably going to win and close the series out. So I'll be back with another video. So comment, rate, and subscribe, and I'll see you then.